Hey Pete, what's up? I'm in Cowtown, Kansas. Just getting around.
Hey Doug, what's up? So, tomorrow I'm actually going to be shooting a wedding, and I'm super nervous about it. But each wedding I do, I learn a little bit more from, and I'm, trying to get a little bit more prepared every single time. So what I'm gonna be doing is, what I did was, I guess, rent a camera, because one of my first weddings, the first actual couple weddings I actually shot with this thing, which is a Canon Rebel T2i or 550D, which is actually not that great of a camera. It's like a beginner's camera, like from a long time ago. Like some of the newer stuff that's also beginner's cameras are actually way better than this thing, and I've had to glue it back together. I use a kit lens, and the kit lens is falling apart there. It's just not a good camera anymore. I need to upgrade, plus it's falling apart in the first place. So instead of using this with the kit lens, with the camera that I'm holding right now, is a 5D Mark IV that I rented with a 24 to 70 millimeter f-stop 2.8 Canon one. I've got a Tamron 70 to 200. I've got some external flashes with a radio transmitter that I'm renting, and I'm just hoping to be just way more prepared in that way. So it's it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, all the things that I've learned, all the things that I've done, will come into play. Plus, I have a camera that has a much better sensor. I think one of the issues that I definitely want to test out with this one, I've tested out a little bit with, is the fact that this allows me to go way higher on my ISO without it really, I guess, getting grainy. I tested it out a little bit. I had I guess, like, I don't even remember if it was a 70D or a 7D camera that I was using for one of my later weddings, the last wedding that I shot. And I had the ISO all the way up to about 3200, and everything in it was just extremely grainy. And I was super upset about it, and I just felt like a failure as a photographer, failure for this lady's wedding, and I just beat myself up about it. And it's just gross. And the pictures, they're just because of the grain. The photos were actually really nice, except for how bad the grain was. But I'm hoping with this camera with a better sensor and everything, I can, jump the ISO up without it getting grainy and ruin the photos. As I've learned my lesson, though, that I know that it's not the camera. The camera isn't the thing that makes the photographer. There's a lot more that goes into it. So I actually rented out 2 flashes, so it looks nice too. So I have enough light to be able to get that shot, even if I had my Canon T2i with a kit lens. Hopefully I wouldn't have to have all that type of grain in it. So it's gonna be interesting, and we'll see how that goes. I wanted to do just one more video before I give this camera back. And I think one of the most important things in doing something with your life or meeting your goals is setting a do. Not just like a to-do list or anything like that, but set a do. Like, just go out there and say, I'm going to do this thing. Don't just think about it. Don't just look at it and say, man, I wish I could do this. But go out there and say, I am going to do this thing. Regardless if it sucks, regardless if you're scared, regardless if, you don't think you can do it. But just schedule a do, go out and try it out, and whatever happens, just happens. Even if, even if you just totally bomb it and, everything goes completely wrong that entire time, you can look at that situation and say, okay, I can learn a lot from this experience. But you still, you've done something. It's not just that you sit back and you don't have anything. You don't learn anything. You know, it's like learning from that failure will get you one step closer to getting to that goal that you want to be. So just set that do, and then you may be surprised that you know that experience may end up being a very positive one, and you may end up doing way better than you thought you did, you know, or thought you could do, and you may be pleased with that, but you would have never known that if you didn't actually make a do. So I think one of the biggest things out there, and one thing that I'm super proud of you for doing right now, is you want to sail, and you're actually making a do. You know, I'm gonna go out there and do this thing, and you've already accomplished a lot towards that goal, and you're learning, and you've made mistakes, and you've knocked somebody off a boat. Actually, you didn't knock them off; they fell off for being a goofball, you know, not being safe. And but you know, this is, you set those dues, and I think that's one thing that I really look up to you and some of the other people I look up to, is because they're always doing a thing. So that's one of the things that I need to work on, and I think a lot of people who want to reach their goal but they feel too scared, is they just need to just go out and do. So now that I've, you know, come up with the idea that you have to have a do, so what is my most recent do? I wanna make that happen. And I think, you know, I tried, you know, setting something up a little while back, and it didn't pan out with getting a certain photo shoot. One of the things I want to do is set up my website to attract the people that I want to bring in, the type of clients I want to bring in. So that's going to be, I want to do more fashion oriented, which also would include senior portraits, because you can do more, I guess, fashion like photo shoots with seniors. And it's going to be portraits too, and I really enjoy portraits. So I think I'm going to go that route. So my first do on my list is to set up a photo shoot with somebody, and my goal is for one next week to have a one photo shoot that is fashion oriented. That's more like a fashion model shoot. And the other thing I want to do is then take my website and update it. So I'm going to update my website to in a new way that shows what I want, with the type of people I want, and it also has not just family stuff on there, because right now I have family stuff and senior portraits, and some of my work is old, and I'm not really like, oh, I think I've evolved from there, and I think I'll get better people if I put up stuff that is more recent and the certain genre. So my goal is to do a photo shoot and update my website recently. So that's going to be by next week. My goal is one photo shoot and my homepage, and if I'm doing well with it, then one more page after that. So kind of maybe an about me page or something like that, or a gallery. The gallery, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I will have enough of stuff of that already done, which is why I'm going to do the shoot. So I've got two things I'm going to do: update at least one page of my website, do a photo shoot with somebody else. Those are my two do's. I'm still in school, so I'm working on my actual school projects at the moment. So there's that. So I got to get those done for sure. I'm almost done with my portfolio, but those are on my top to-do list. But my other two, I got them. So I will update you on having those two things done. I'm on my way to a photo shoot. I'm super excited about it because we got a location and everything. We're going out to the West Bottoms, and I've got a model. His name is Austin. I'm going to go meet up with him right now, and we're going to then head on out to go do the shoot. I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, because this is kind of one of my first ones like this, but I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to get some good shots, and yeah, I'm doing something. Hey, I'm here with Austin right now. We're about to go out on our shoot down at the West Bottoms. So here we go.